Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make these cute 3D fondant clouds, and at the end I'll show you how to make the rain cloud. Okay, so to begin with, I've got a small piece of white sugar paste and some greaseproof paper. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll some small balls of the sugar paste and pop them onto the paper. I'm using the paper because it will help me able to move my cloud around while I'm creating it. So all you can see, I'm just rolling these small balls and all different sizes. That's the important thing you want to do here. And I'm just going to stick them together into some form of shape that resembles a cloud. You may need a little bit of clear alcohol or edible glue to stick these together, but my paste is sticking okay together today without any glue. So you want these to be different shapes because that will give you more of a cloud effect. You don't want it uniformed. So there's my cloud shape. I'm just going to add one more on the left there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to push these together just so there's no holes and gaps, and make sure they're stuck together nicely. So now I'm just going to roll out a piece of the sugar paste. You want it fairly thin, and this is because it's going to go over your little balls that you've made. You can see it's quite thin there, and then that will give you the impression of a cloud underneath. So you need it to come through. So I'm just going to make it a bit smaller and then just put it over my cloud. And then very, very gently with my fingers just mold it to the shape of the cloud. Just loosely though, because you want to then get into the crevices with the ball where the balls are, and I'm just using a clean brush to do this. Just do it very gently and let it mould around the balls underneath, and you'll slowly see them come through. And just so you know, I'll leave a link to everything that I use in this tutorial in the description so you can take a closer look later. So once I was happy with the impression that I've made, I just took a knife and trimmed around the edges of my cloud, and you can see here why I've used the greaseproof paper, because it's a lot easier to navigate the cloud around the board. So I've trimmed it all off. Now I'm just going to take it off the greaseproof paper and just use my fingers just to fold the excess underneath the cloud. Just showed you what it looked like the other side there. So gently mould it around underneath. So if you find this tutorial useful, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss my next tutorial. Thank you. And then once I've done that, I get my clean brush again and I just go in around all the edges, and I think this brings your cloud to life. You want to really get into all the little bit of crevices right from underneath and bring your brush round, and you'll see a cloud shape forming. Okay, so that's your cloud done. So now I'm going to quickly show you how I made the rain cloud, and I coloured some of the white sugar paste concrete with Colourmill's food colouring. And I'm just going to roll that into a tube. Now I'm going to take small pieces of the white sugar paste and again form them into like a little tube. And I'm just going to place them around the grey tube in equal spaces. And there we go. And then I'm just going to twist that into the grey sugar paste and just keep twisting and pulling and folding and twisting and pulling and folding. There we go. Don't mix it too much because you want to see some of the white. Okay, so now I'm just going to roll it out. Oh, so you can see that I've already done the white balls that we did earlier for the white clouds. And you can see as I roll it out, I've got all these lovely white marks. Now you just be wary that you've got white marks on the other side too, so you might prefer your underside, so just check what side you prefer. And if you're making more than one cloud, I would then cut this in half so you can make two clouds out of this, because the more you mix it in, the less you're going to see the white. But as I'm only making one, I'm just going to make it the size of the cloud and then repeat what I did for the white cloud. Loosely draped it over the white balls using my clean brush to get in there to create the definition, and then I'm going to trim it and then I'm just going to tuck the excess underneath. And then lastly, go around with the clean brush again for the final definition. Okay, so that's your 3D clouds made. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do check out my other ones. Please comment, like and subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.